Hello, everyone, and a huge welcome to all the students from Europe Hotel School. I'm an AI expert specializing in hotel operations, and I am thrilled to be here to guide you on a really critical part of your learning journey. We're going to be talking about the invisible threats that are completely redefining risk in the modern hospitality industry. Now, I want to be clear. What you're about to learn isn't just some dry theory from a textbook. No, this is the real deal. It's practical, essential knowledge pulled directly from how real hotels operate every single day. We're going to explore how cutting-edge AI isn't a luxury anymore, but an absolute necessity for protecting the very foundation of any successful hotel. Okay, so here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll talk about a hotel's digital vault and uncover what its most valuable asset really is today. Hint, it's not what you think. Then we'll face the reality of machine speed threats. After that, we'll get to the solution, something called a digital immune system. We'll break down exactly how it learns, detects, and responds to keep you safe. And finally, we'll see how this all leads to protecting the future with confidence.
All right, let's start by totally rethinking the idea of value. For centuries, if you'd asked a hotel manager what their most sensitive financial asset was, they would have pointed to the cash in the safe. But in our digital age, well, that has completely changed.
That's right, data. The most valuable thing you'll be in charge of protecting isn't in a physical safe anymore. It's sitting on a server. And you have to understand, for cybercriminals, that server is a treasure trove. It's a gold mine of all the personal and financial details they are desperate to get their hands on. I mean, just stop and think about what a single guest trusts you with. Their credit card number, their passport information, their personal contact details. Now multiply that by every single reservation you handle. That is the digital vault you're protecting, and it becomes more valuable and a bigger target for criminals with every single check-in. So if data is the new gold, what happens when that digital vault gets breached? Well, the consequences are incredibly severe, and they happen at a speed and scale that can literally cripple an entire operation in minutes. Let's take a closer look at those risks. One of the most common and devastating attacks is called ransomware. Just picture this. You show up for your shift, and the entire property management system is locked down. No check-ins, no checkouts, no billing. Everything is just frozen. And there on the screen is a message demanding a massive payment to get it all back. This isn't just an IT problem, you see. It's a complete operational catastrophe. The financial damage from a single breach can be catastrophic. We're talking millions of dollars in fines and lawsuits. But what's even harder to bounce back from, the permanent loss of guest trust. A reputation for security, once it's shattered, is nearly impossible to rebuild. So this is the crucial takeaway. This is a core lesson in modern risk management. As future leaders, you have to understand that protecting your digital assets is a C-suite financial priority. It's just as critical as managing payroll or revenue. It is absolutely not just a task you can hand off to the IT department. Okay, now that we understand just how serious the problem is, let's pivot to the solution. The threats have evolved, which means our defenses have to evolve too. We need to move beyond the old methods and start embracing a new, much more intelligent way to protect ourselves. This slide here shows a massive shift in strategy. Think of old-school antivirus as a security guard with a photo album of known criminals. If a bad guy shows up and their picture is in the album, they're stopped. But if it's a new threat, they just walk right in. Self-learning AI, on the other hand, is like a guard who knows every employee, every delivery, and every normal sound the building makes. It isn't looking for known bad guys, it instantly spots anything that's out of place. It's the difference between being reactive and being truly proactive. So how does this digital immune system actually work? Well, let's break down its three main jobs: learning, detecting, and responding. This is really where the technology starts to feel like magic. First, the AI just watches and learns. It builds this super detailed understanding of your hotel's unique digital pattern of life. Once it has that baseline of what's normal, it can instantly spot anything that deviates from that pattern, even the smallest changes. And finally, the most critical part, it can respond all on its own to shut down the threat in real time. Think of it like the AI is learning the unique digital heartbeat of your hotel. Over a few weeks, it just maps everything out. It sees how the front desk system talks to the server, how the finance team connects to the bank, even the normal ebb and flow of guest Wi-Fi usage. It builds a complete picture of what normal looks like for your specific operation. And this is where that learning really pays off. Let's say an employee's computer, which normally just talks to other devices inside the hotel during business hours, suddenly starts whispering. It's sending tiny little packets of data to some suspicious server in another country at 3 o'clock in the morning. A human would never see this, but for the AI, it's a huge red flag. It's a glaring anomaly that triggers an immediate alert. This is the idea of autonomous response. The AI doesn't just send an email and wait for an IT manager to wake up. It acts instantly, at machine speed. It surgically cuts off that one compromised computer from the rest of the network. The threat is neutralized, just like that. And the rest of the hotel, the PMS, the door locks, all the other computers, they all keep operating normally without any interruption.
And this protection doesn't just stop at the network level. It also covers the most common way that attackers get in: email. The AI can actually analyze incoming messages for signs of deception, things like weird phrasing, urgent requests for a wire transfer, or technical details that just don't add up. It can flag a fake invoice from a phony vendor or an email pretending to be the hotel owner, protecting your staff from being tricked.
So, what's the ultimate business benefit of all this advanced security? It's about so much more than just defense. It's actually about building a foundation that lets you grow and innovate with total confidence. The real value is peace of mind. It's knowing that your most critical assets, your financial data, and your guests' invaluable private information are being watched over by a vigilant guardian 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And when you have that peace of mind, you are free to focus on what matters most, the guest experience. When you know your digital backbone is shielded by the best technology out there, you can confidently embrace innovation, new booking platforms, new guest-facing apps, new smart room technologies, all without adding a ton of unacceptable risk. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. In the world that you're all about to lead, the threats are constant, they're automated, and they never sleep. So as you build your careers and your strategies, you have to ask yourselves, is my strategy ready for a threat that never sleeps? Thank you.